This is the 2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final, a Freaky Friday edition from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson, with the latest headlines, details, sports scores, and more, all presented by the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your announcer, and I can't wait till you get OBS here, pal. So we can have graphics, something besides this darkness. Anyway, here he is, the King of Darkness. Watch it, Harry. Remember, you got vacation coming in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, if I haven't said it before, I'll say it again. It's great to have you back. Well, thank you. You still got your line. Ladies and gentlemen, with the details, that brings the sports world to its knees and asks for more. Boy, are we masochists. Here's the Baxman, Steve Baxter. See what happens when you don't spend $5 on cover. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome, one and all. Cats, kittens, frogs, hogs, and exotic chortles. Welcome to our broadcast. Harry's in full form tonight, I'll tell you that. Let me bop up the earphone off the earphones, or bop off the earphones. And yes, I'm getting the haircut Saturday. So everything going to be nothing good and clean and all sorts of good times. All right. We're ready to rock and roll, and we almost lose our control. So, how are you? How's everything? Unlike the folks at G4, we love our people, we love our audience, and we will do everything that we can for our audience, which is why, if there is time, we're going to do another live reading. Yay! I know you folks love that. Uno, can we I just want to tap this just a bit. Thank you. See, I want to get the fullness here. I want people to know that this is real hair. This ain't from a tribble. Anyway, folks, I gotta, take shears to the beard for a bit. A bit of a nice trim. Anyway, I have a feeling G4, the revival is going to be short-lived if they don't get any major backing from some major sponsors. But I do know that DirecTV has or is going to announce that they are not going to renew their deal with the One America News Network, which is going to be a very big blow to those lovely little people known as conservatives, because they need their voice, and One America News is their voice, but it kind of looks like they're going to be silenced, at least on a national specter. Anyway, that's enough for that. We got a lot on our plate here, so let's get going with our first segment. As always, it is Le Basketball. Ole. So here we go. Oh, by the way, Sunday, do not forget, if you watch Me TV from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, they will have a special 2-hour Full House Marathon tribute to Bob Saget. ABC plans to air a tribute to Bob Saget at 7 o'clock, right before the regular airing of America's Funniest Home Videos. They showed a little bit of it in the tease. I suggest Kleenexes, because it is a heart wrencher. What else? Oh, leave us not forget. The 17th, Sunday, wild card football game. Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers. You can watch it the regular way on CBS, or if you are so inclined, as I am and will be, turn it to Nickelodeon for the, as we love to call it, second annual alternate broadcast. That's right. For the second year in a row, Nickelodeon, the Kids Network, will be doing live a NFL wild card game, and it just so happens to be the one that CBS is doing. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, yeah. Both are owned by Viacom CBS. So there you go. We got all that done. Oh, yeah. Nick Rekieta coming up in about maybe, 19 minutes with his Friday night edition of Lost Blaming the Interwebs. And it's, I guess we can call it a Friday night chill zone. Midnight Eastern, 11 Central, and the rest of you folks figure it out if you had math as a high school or college equivalent. Is that it, mighty producer? In the control room, you gave me a thumbs up. I've already done all the promos, and we can get on with the show. Thank you. I've already done all the shtick that we normally do. Now it's time to get on with the show. Okay, we go now to the NBA. By the way, all scores are presented by the fun folks at Caesars Sportsbook. Remember, although those commercials with Pat and Oswald are okay, I prefer the ones with Caesar and Cleopatra. Cleopatra is stone cold hot AF. I gotta find out who plays Cleo. I think JB Smooth does Caesar. I'll have to find that out. Anywho, folks, we've done the talking. It's now time for us to do some boogieing. Let's get to the basketball scores. We got two games still going on. Let's go to the one with the lesser of two evils, otherwise known as the less time period. Both are in third quarter, although the second game we're going to talk about first because they are less than 19 seconds away from starting the fourth quarter. And with less than 19 seconds remaining, it is the Sacramento Kings leading the Houston Rockets 96-89. On the other side of darkness, the third quarter, 3:23 remaining before they go to the fourth and final quarter. Mavericks of Dallas are leading the Memphis Grizzlies 73-68. Hold that bong. Well, you know what I mean. Hold that bell. That's what I'm talking about. Hold the bell because we don't ring it unless it's a certain number. So let's get going with further scores. Let's go to the final scores here. Philadelphia 76ers over the Boston Celtics 111-99. Orlando Magic, they beat the Charlotte Hornets 116-109. Phoenix Suns, here comes the Suns, do-do-do-do. Here comes the Suns, do-do-do-do. It's all right. Phoenix Suns over the Indiana Pacers 112-94. And let's steal us some more here. And how about this? The Detroit Pistons, Wazoo. They beat the Toronto Raptors 103-87. The Golden State Warriors back on the winning track. They beat the Chicago Bulls 138-96. Miami Heat over the Atlanta Hawks, America's team, 124-118. And the Cleveland Cavaliers over the San Antonio Spurs, 114-109. So now, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where we go ain't exactly clear. But we do so with relative ease. That's right. We go college now. That's right. We go college. Why do we go college? Because, well, why not? Why not? We do go to college. Well, I mean, we'll give you the men's and women's college basketball scores. That's right. Why do we do this? Because we love you, our viewers. We're not like G4. Because we love you, we respect you, and we make you laugh. That's right. You don't You don't want anything from us but a good time. And we feel we are kindred spirits, you and I. Okay. Unlike G4, whose core fan base continues to be um, beaten over the head with a noodle. Anyway, here we go. 2 games for the guys, and they are thus 7th ranked Purdue over Nebraska, 92-65, and 25 ranked Illinois, a 68-53 winner over the Michigan Wolverines. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the men's basketball games tonight. They're actually today. Yeah, well, tonight as well. Let's go to the ladies. Yes, it's ladies' night, and we feel so right. Oh, yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Can we bop? Thank you, guys. Gotta love that control room. Somebody does. I do. But let's go to it. Only one game tonight. You gotta be crazy, me, man. You gotta be crazy. One game. Yep, one game tonight. Okay. One game for the ladies, and that's number 2 Stanford over number 22 Colorado, 60-52. So there you go. And we've taken care of the men and women's college. We've taken care of the NBA. So there's only one group left. That's the G League. That's right. Let's give you some G League action, shall we? Yeah, we shall. All right, here we go. Games that have been given the 14th. All right, let's knock this home. By the way, I forgot to mention this Sunday, not only we got a wild card game on Nickelodeon, Bob Saget tribute on MeTV, and ABC's America's Funniest Home Videos, but they've also got the Betty White film coming up. The celebration of her, what would have been her 100th birthday. But we finally found out what happened, and we won't mention it, but it well, she left us on her terms. Let's just put it that way. That's the best way we can say it. She left on her own terms. Okay, let's go to the G League. College Park Skyhawks beat the Greensboro Swarm 124-111. Wisconsin Herd beat up the Long Island Nets 133-112. Oklahoma City Blue over the Austin Spurs 126-108. Texas Legends over the Santa Cruz Warriors 126-121. The Salt Lake City Stars beat the South Bay Lakers 135-125, and with full 43 left to play in quarter number 4, the Agua Caliente Clippers, they are leading the Stockton Kings, actually kicking their massive booties all over the court, 100-79. Okay, there you go with the basketball section. Now, we've done all the promos, so we don't need to do the promos again. What we do need to do is take you from the hardwood to the synthetic hard ice. And not much of a listing of games today, about 3 of them, actually, that came to be. Golden Knights and the Oilers were postponed. Don't forget, when it comes to hockey and Friday nights, we give you the Saturday night schedule. So here we go. Final in a shootout, Colorado Avalanche over the Arizona Gypsy Coyotes, 0-3. The game was so wild that they didn't publish the Molson Cup 3 stars. But they did for the other 2 games, to which we will be speaking of and giving you the scores of. Minnesota Wild beat the not-so-mighty Ducks of Anaheim 7-3. Zuccarello for Minnesota. He had 2 goals, 1 assist. Boldy, yes, Minnesota Boldy went where no Boldy went before. 1 goal and an assist. Hartman for Minnesota went on the road with 1 goal and 1 assist. See, because the guy from CBS, his last name is Hartman. Let's go to the other game. Florida Panthers beat up the Dallas Stars by a score of 7-1. Bennett for Florida, 3 goals, 1 assist. Herberdew for Florida, 1 goal, 3 assists. And Duclair, Mr. Duclair for Florida, 1 goal and 2 assists. That's right. All right, now let us do the proper do, and that is give you what is going on in our tradition. That is, of course, what's coming up Saturday in the NHL. So here we go. Saturday, we got 4 afternoon games, and of course, the 7 o'clock Hockey Night in Canada one. So let's take you all the way down. Nashville goes to Boston tomorrow, 1 o'clock. That game for Canadian viewers, Sportsnet 1, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet Ontario, Sportsnet Pacific. American viewers will be kicking it with the New England Sports Network and Bally Sports South. Hey, Jack Stafford, how are you, bro? Okay, another 1 o'clock game. The Vancouver Canucks pay a visit to the Carolina Hurricanes. That game will be seen on Bally Sports South and Sportsnet Pacific for our Canadian viewers. The 2 p.m. game will be the Washington Capitals visiting the New York Islanders. That game is a biggie. How and why do I call it a biggie? Because it's going to be shown on the NHL Network, as well as Madison Square Garden Plus and NBC Sports Washington. It's also going to be carried to our Canadian friends on the French Canadian Network, TVA Sports. The 6 o'clock game on Saturday will be the Columbus Blue Jackets visiting the Florida Panthers. Bally Sports Florida and Bally Sports Ohio will be giving you the play. Now let's take you to, that's right, folks, we got to do it like this. Actually, we got to do it like this because we can't actually play the theme, but we can play it on the kazoo and still stay on the air. There we go. We almost lost the personality. There you go. A little Hockey Night in Canada theme. Let's give you the 7 o'clock big gamers. Toronto Maple Leafs pay a visit to that arch city, St. Louis. Going up against the St. Louis Blues, 7 p.m. Eastern. Here in the States, you can watch it on the NHL Network. Up there and on Bally Sports Midwest. Up in Canada, it is game 1 of I'm hoping it is a Saturday double dip. In Canada, you can see the game on the CBC, Sportsnet, and City. Buffalo pays a visit to the arena that pizza built. The arena that pizza built. That's right, as the Sabres take on the Detroit Red Wings, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That game to be shown on Bally Sports Detroit and Madison Square Garden Buffalo. The Dallas Stars pay a visit to the two-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. That game will be seen on Bally Sports Sun and Bally Sports Southwest Plus. Our other 7 o'clock game is going to feature the New York Rangers traveling to our country's birthplace. That's right, Philadelphia. Take on the Philly Flyers, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. In the States, that will be shown on NBC Sports Philadelphia and Madison Square Garden Network Plus or MSG Plus. In Canada, you can catch that game on TVA Sports for our French Canadian viewers. 8:30 game will be the Anaheim Not So Mighty Ducks. They will be paying a visit to the Windy City of Chicago to take on the old Chicago Blackhawks. That game on NBC Sports Chicago Plus, and in Los Angeles, it'll be seen on K-Cop. That's right. That's right, baby. It's going to be shown on the COP station. That's right. KCOP, Channel 13. So, hey, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. I have a Ducks game on Channel 13, legacy station owned by Fox. And their old studio, believe it or not, their old studio is now where they shoot Hell's Kitchen, or where they used to shoot Hell's Kitchen, the show with Gordon Ramsay. Little trivia for you. Okay, 9 o'clock game, Colorado Avalanche at the Arizona Gypsy Coyotes. I call them the Arizona Gypsy Coyotes because of one thing. After this season, they don't know where they're going in Arizona. They just can't be at their present location. Game will be covered on Bally Sports Arizona and the second channel of Altitude. The 10 o'clock games, there's only 3 of them. Well, actually, the third one is 10:30, but let's give you the 10 o'clock games. Los Angeles Kings at the Seattle Kraken. That'll be shown on Root Sports Northwest, and Bally Sports West. Ottawa takes on Edmonton at 10 o'clock. That is the second half of the CBC Hockey Night in Canada Double Dip. You can catch that on CBC, Sportsnet City, and En Français on TVA Sports. 10:30 p.m., Pittsburgh will be in San Jose that's right, as the Penguins try to avoid being eaten by a shark. That's right, Penguins versus the Sharks. That'll be on NBC Sports California, ATT Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Games have been postponed because of Le COVID. New Jersey at the Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa at Winnipeg, and Vegas at Calgary. And that is a look at the NHL, but we're not done with the entire land of hockey. No, kids, we are not. Why aren't we? Because, we do have college hockey. Yes, we have college hockey. Let's take you over to the men's scoreboard and find out if anyone has. Oh, we got a lucky jam fest, folks. Excuse. In the Atlantic Hockey Conference, Air Force over Niagara 5-4. Sacred Heart over Bentley 5-1. AIC, I said AIC, not AOC, but AIC beat Mercyhurst 5-4. In overtime, nobody won this one. Canisius and Holy Cross ended in a 1-1 tie. In the Big Ten Conference, 4th-ranked Michigan over Penn State 3-1. Wisconsin over Michigan State 5-2. And 13th-ranked Notre Dame over 16th-ranked Ohio State in overtime, or in odd if you prefer. Final score 3-2. In the CCHA, number 1 ranked Minnesota State lost to Northern Michigan. Nice upset, kids. 4-2. 19th ranked Michigan Tech beat Lake Superior. So I guess that would make them Lake Not So Superior. 3-0. Bemidji State over Bowling Green 5-3. Ferris State over St. Thomas 3-1. In the ECAC, it was number 2 ranked Quinnipiac over 18th ranked Harvard 3-0. Union over St. Lawrence 3-2. Colgate and Brown and 9th ranked Cornell and Yale were postponed. Let's keep going here in Hockey East. 12th ranked UMass Lowell over Maine 5-3. New Hampshire over 20th ranked Boston College 3-2. Merrimack over 17th ranked Providence 3-2. And in overtime, Boston University over Connecticut 2-1. In the NCHC, it was 7th-ranked Minnesota Duluth over Miami, 4-1. And in non-conference hockey action, men's college hockey action, it was Arizona State over RIT, 2-1, and 8th-ranked Minnesota over Alaska, 4-1. Now you're probably saying to yourself, hey, you're lucky. How about giving us the ladies? I will give you some lady scores. In fact, there, we touch a button and the control room says, let there be scores. And here we go. In the CHA, Penn State over RIT 5-0. Mercyhurst over Lindenwood 3-1. In the ECAC, it was 10th-ranked Harvard over Brown 5-1. 8th-ranked Yale over Dartmouth 4-2. 7th-ranked Clarkson and Cornell, and 5th-ranked Quinnipiac and Rensselaer postponed, along with 6th-ranked Colgate and St. Lawrence. They were also postponed. Only one game was given the go-ahead. Hockey East, Connecticut over Boston College, 3-0. Maine, Boston University, Providence, Merrimack, and 3rd-ranked Northeastern and New Hampshire were postponed. In the NEWHA, or as we like to call it, New-Ha, that's New-Ha, not New Heart, so there you go, St. Anselm and LIU in overtime tied at 1. In the WCHA, 9th-ranked Minnesota Duluth over Bemidji State, 8-2. 4th-ranked Minnesota over Minnesota State, 7-2. 2nd-ranked Ohio State and St. Cloud State postponed. And that is it for the ladies. That only leaves us for one thing, doesn't it, kids? Yes, it does. It's called the minor leagues. So we go to the IHL or AHL, if you would prefer nicely. Yes, and I do prefer anything nicely. Let's give you the scores from tonight's action in the AHL. So here we go. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, start of third period. It is Ontario Reign over the Henderson Silver Knights, 4-1. 16-14 in the third period, and it is the Abbotsford Canucks over the San Diego Gulls by a score of 3-0. 13:36 left to play in the third period. It is San Jose Barracuda over the Tucson Road Runners, 3-0 it is. That's in the third period again. And the final score was Colorado Eagles over the Milwaukee Admirals by a score of 5-4. Stockton Heat and Bakersfield Condors were postponed. Manitoba Moose lost to the Grand Rapids Griffins in overtime, 3-2. And the Iowa Wild over the Chicago Wolves in just plain ordinary final score, 4-3. In overtime, it was the Utica Comets over the Syracuse Crunch, 4-3. Providence Bruins belted the Hartford Wolfpack by a score of 5-1. Boy, that's going to upset Piper because she loves Wolves. Belleville Senators over the Rochester Americans by a score of 4-3 in a shootout. Not just overtime, but a shootout. The Lavelle Rockets over Springfield Thunderbirds in overtime, 4-3. Lehigh Valley Phantoms over the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, 4-3 in regular final. And Rockford Ice Hogs. Almost said icebergs. Why do I keep wanting to say icebergs? They're Ice Hogs. They beat the Cleveland Monsters 5-2. That's the American Hockey League. Let's take a moment or two, go to the Ontario Hockey League, get you some scores from there, shall we? I think we shall. Let's get right there. 6 games for the Friday schedule. Niagara and Mississauga postponed due to the vid. Ottawa over Peterborough 4-2. Sarnia over Windsor by a score of 6-5. Sudbury over Kingston 8-4. Saginaw and London, Hamilton and Oshawa were postponed due to the vid, otherwise known as COVID. There you go. But we're not done yet. That's right, because we have three more minor league hockey. We got the wrong button, boys. We hit the wrong button. There we go. We got three more little hockey leagues to see about, and we're going to do that right now. Start first with the East Coast Hockey League, or as they are now known and will be forever known, the ECHL. Let's go to the ECHL. ECHL. And let's give you some scores. Were there any tonight? Or did they just have the All-Star game? The All-Star game is Monday, so they are still sans testicles, otherwise known as they got the. Whoa. Thank you, Elbow. Let's. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Yes. Okay, let me just pop this. Just pop it proper. And let's go, as we said, to the EC. Oh, we've already done that because they had the All-Star game on Monday. Okay, let me bow my head. And now right my head. There we are. All right, let's give you some more hockey scores while we're here with you. Let's go to the Southern Professional Hockey League, otherwise known as Spiel. Let's see if we got some games for you on that one. Because if we don't, we got an easy night tonight. And I'm going to get a new chair. Okay, Roanoke Real Yard Dogs over to Fayetteville Marksmen 4-1. Knoxville Ice Bears beat the Macon Mayhem in overtime 6-5. Quad City Storm over the Evansville Thunderblades 5-2. And if that's not enough, the Pensacola Ice Flyers over the Huntsville Havoc 3-2. And the Peoria Rivermen sank the Vermilion County Bobcats in a bag by a score of 8-2. That it for that? Yeah, that's it for that. All right. That's it for them. So we go from their spiel to our final hockey league in the minors, the Federal Prospects Hockey League, or the FIPL. That's right, the FIPL. The FIPL, the FIPL, the FIPL, the FIPL, the FIPL. Let's see if there's any games and scores we can give you. And, oh yeah, 3 games that are all final scores. So let's give it to you. Binghamton over Danbury, 8-3. Port Huron over Columbus, 6-3. And Delaware over Carolina, 6-5. That is your hokey hockey, folks. That's right, your hokey hockey. And why does this thing always have to clam up? There we go. Hokey hockey. All right, it is time now for this dance of ours to keep going as we give you what we love to give you, and that is sports headlines. That's right, and the Warriors did something very incredible in tonight's game against their opponents. Every team looks to bounce back strong after a big loss, but the Golden State Warriors took things to historic levels tonight. After trailing by 39 points at halftime en route to a 118-99 loss to the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday, the Warriors turned around and built a 31-point halftime lead against the Chicago Bulls and 138-96 win the very night. The 70-point discrepancy in halftime scoring margins is the largest for any NBA team on consecutive days in the shot clock era, according to ESPN Stats and Info. Great duo. They did comedy for Martin and Lewis. The two games were absolute polar opposites, and you probably wouldn't have guessed that the Warrior team that played on Friday was the same one that played on Thursday. Adding to the shocking result, the Warriors were without Klay Thompson and Gary Payton II, who both started the previous night against the Bucks. Golden State just uh, Golden State shot just 27% from the field in the first half in Milwaukee as they trailed 77 to 38 entering the break, including 5 of 24 from three-point range, and allowed the Bucks to shoot 63% from the field. But today, the Warriors shot 58% from the field in the first half, including 11 of 24 from behind the three-point line, as they built a 78-47 lead, while the Bulls went 5 for 18 from long distance and made 45% of their field goals. Andrew Wiggins led the Warriors with 20 first-half points against Chicago, while Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, and Jonathan Kuminga all landed in double figures. Veteran forward Andre Iguodala also had one of the nicest passes you'll see in the second quarter. The offensive explosion came at the perfect time for the Warriors, who had put up just 96.4 points per 100 possessions over their previous 5 games, the lowest rate in the league over that stretch. It's also impressive that they were able to do it without Thompson, Draymond Green, and other key players against a Bulls team that's been a top 10 defense for most of the season. Very good. That deserves a plus. Okay, and once again, who wants to have Ben Simmons? Yes, from the producers of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire comes Who Wants to Trade for Ben Simmons. The NBA trade deadline is less than a month away, and one name that has popped up more times than, well, a zit as being potentially available in trade talks is Sacramento Kings guard De'Aaron Fox. The Kings have received a lot of interest in Fox in recent days, and one team that has reached out to Sacramento is Philadelphia 76ers, who also have a big name player that they're actively shopping in, and that is Ben Simmons. Now, Simmons has yet to play in a game for the Sixers this season after requesting a trade over the summer. The Sixers and Kings recently discussed a trade involving Simmons and Fox in an exploratory manner, according to Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes. However, fans in Philly hoping to see Fox play alongside All-Star center Joel Embiid need to pump the brakes as the Sixers have no interest in Fox as the centerpiece for a trade for Simmons. According to a league source with very direct knowledge of the team's thinking, and why is that an oxymoron? Um, the Sixers could potentially acquire Fox as part of a larger deal, but in that scenario, he would be rerouted to a different team. In other words, don't expect to see Fox in a Sixers uniform in the near future. Philadelphia's affinity for second-year guard Tyrese Maxey is certainly part of the reason that the team isn't interested in Fox. Maxey and Fox have similar skill sets, and Maxey is several years younger than Fox and on a much more manageable contract currently. Plus, Maxey is shooting 38% from three-point range this season, which is a better percentage than Fox has ever shot over the course of a season. Ultimately, Maxey could potentially even pass Fox as an overall player. Now, while Fox's NBA future likely won't be in Philadelphia, it also might not be in Sacramento either. The Kings, who haven't made the postseason since 2006, are again outside the playoff picture in the Western Conference this season. So shaking things up would probably make sense for the organization, and Fox is pretty much aware of it. All right, just because the Sixers aren't interested in Fox doesn't mean that other teams aren't. Fox has already been in the league for 5 years, but he's still just 24 years young, and in turn still has a very high ceiling as a player. He averaged 25 points and 7 assists per game last season, and though these numbers are down this season, there's still no reason to think that Fox couldn't thrive in the proper situation. Just don't bring him in Detroit. Boink. Okay, excuse me. Please note the red light. Thank you. Okay, we continue on. Your
Move your chair straight instead of at an angle.
my chair is straight.
No, your chair's at an angle.
Well, I'm comfortable, Mom. Thank you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is my mom, Sharon Baxley, who you will hear on a frequent basis try to, well, she'll be talking and making sure we are in the zone, sort of. Okay, we got a little bot again. Man, these Russian bots. Oh, I hate these Russian bots. Boom. What the Russian bots? Unwanted commercial contact was. Oops. And then we go bye-bye. Okay, goody. Thank you very much. We have reported the bot. Okay, let's go for some more headlines. That my mom's portion of this broadcast came at 12:16, so we'll put about a couple of minutes on our time period. Okay, we've done that. Let's take you now to a real big problem that unfortunately Mr. Biden doesn't think of much, but maybe he better because it is America's game. As a full pack of NASCAR Cup Series cars ran bumper to bumper and door to door in drafting sessions during testing at Daytona International Speedway this week, there was a very tangible sense of nervousness over whether or not a car or two, or even more, would end up wadded up and wrecked. And when the two-day fest finished without incident, there was a sense of relief, as a very limited fleet of cars had left teams throughout NASCAR in a less than ideal position ahead of the 2022 season. According to Bob Pockrass of Fox Sports, teams participating in this week's next-gen test at Daytona indicated that they only have 2 completed cars ready for the 2022 season, with 3 weeks until the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum and a little over a month left before the Daytona 500. Now, while NASCAR had originally believed that teams would have 5 cars ready per individual car number, by the start of the season, supply chain issues at a certain leader of the United States said, "I've already solved them." Well, supply chain issues for parts vendors and delays on delivery of main components following various tweaks made to the next-gen car during fall testing have led to a number of teams currently having only 2 cars compete and a third under construction. The shortage of next-gen cars presents a major part of the growing pains for the new Cup Series car, unlike in the past, where race teams manufactured parts and pieces. All major parts, with the exception of the engine, must now be purchased from approved vendors. With no crossover from the previous generation of car to the next-gen car, teams are now having to start over and assemble cars from scratch for the coming season. And as NASCAR more heavily regulates the inventory of cars that each race team has with the debut of the next-gen car, NASCAR Senior VP of Racing Innovation, John Probst, maintained belief that teams would have enough equipment necessary to operate at the start of the season. Oh, yeah. As NASCAR seeks to change the business model of race teams, lower costs, and increase parity, race teams will be limited to 7 individual cars in a rotation at any given time starting in 2022, with NASCAR and the chassis supplier determining if a chassis can be repaired or must be replaced in the event of a crash. There have been some concern on whether or not the supply shortage could have an impact on the racing product early in the season, particularly the Daytona 500, as the idea has been floated that drivers could take a conservative approach for fear of wrecking what few cars they have. Multiple drivers, however, stated that would not be the case despite present uncertainties. The 2022 season marks the first time NASCAR has introduced a new generation of Cup cars since 2013, when the Gen 6 made its debut in the 2013 Daytona 500. Now, it should be noted, however, that some similar issues were seen with the rollout of the Gen 6 as teams had faced a supply shortage due to a switch to carbon fiber hoods and deck lids. So, as they say, get ready for that. Okay, and the Dallas Mavericks have just won their game against the Memphis Grizzlies 112-85. That game just over for a little bit ago. For a little bit ago? Yeah, for a little bit ago. Alrighty, kids and cadeticals. Let us. We got one more segment left. Or do we? No, we got 2 segments left. They both happen to be international. That's right. Let's give you the soccer scores from tonight. And then we have our. Do we have any media bites tonight? I don't think so. No. So we'll have to wait on that tomorrow. We got this and our other international bit, and then we're done for the night. So here we go. In the Premier League, Brighton and Hove Albion and Crystal Palace ended up in a 1-1 tie. In the Africa Cup of Nations, Group B, Senegal and Guinea tied at 0. Malawi and Zimbabwe. Malawi beat Zimbabwe 2-1. Morocco in Group C beat Comoros 2-0. And Gabon and Ghana ended in a 1-1 tie. In the Scottish Championship, Patrick Thistle and Kilmarnock ended in a 1-1 tie. German Bundesliga, Borussia Dortmund over Freiburg 5-1. The French League, Nice over Nantes 2-1. In Belgium, it was Kortrijk and Ghent tied at 2. In Dutch, it was Zwolle over Willem 2-0. And in the Turkish Super League, it was Besiktas over Gaziantep 1-0. Göztepe and Yeni Malatyaspor 2-1. And we now go to our final little segment, which is, of course, our other international sports event. That's right, kiddies. We do this proper. Okay, let's see. We got about a couple of games in the Euro League that played. CSKA Moscow over Lyon Villeurbanne in 90-83. Real Madrid over Baskonia 89-74. And 12 minutes. Let's see. They've hit the 12-minute quarter pole. Sacramento Kings over the Houston Rockets 125-114. In Czech Republic, in the Extra Liga in hockey, Trinek over Ziln 6-2. Liberec over Pilsen 4-1. Pardubice over Kladno in overtime 4-3. And Sparta Prague over Montfield HK 4-1. In Finland, Karpat over Asat 4-1. Lukko over Hämeenlinna 3-1. Helsinki over Tappara 4-3. Kalpa over the Pelicans 3-1. Jukurt over Vasan Sports 5-4. And folks, that is it. We have done the impossible, except for that brief pause for further statements. We have done everything, and it looks like Novak Djokovic is going to try to plead his case again to get to the Australian Open, but apparently the country of Australia will not welcome him in, even though court order says he can go in. So there we go, kids. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, let's see. We got about 12:25. Well, we got about 5 minutes left, and I'm going to tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow the rabbi will have his picks for the wild card games. If that's not enough, and we know that isn't, what else we got? Oh yeah, we've got. Of course, we'll have hockey and everything else going on in the world of sports. If that's not enough, we're gonna have everything else for you. The whole day in sports tomorrow at 11:35 right here on the L2C Media Network and my YouTube channel. But for right now, we're gonna say goodnight so I can get some sleep and everybody can catch up on what they gotta do. Tomorrow we shall overcome. That's right, we shall. By the way, before we do that, I just remembered something. They got wildcard games on Saturday as well, so we got to do that. So give me a moment here to get the wildcard games. That we're going to have. So we're going to have another busy day in the world of sports for our show tomorrow night. So let's see. Do we have this properly? Yes. See, I work on these things. Yes. Doot 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 dum. Doot 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 dum doo da doo da doo da doo da da doo. And here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Let's. Wow, I can see my face, and I'm a believer. Okay, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's bop. Thank you. Let's. There we go. Let's get to the NFL. Let's go and see who's playing tomorrow, and then we will be taking ourselves into the sleepful night of Zen.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Oh, you don't know the sleepful night of Zen? Who asked you? Okay, let's see what's coming up tomorrow. Come on, guys. Let's just love this. We finally get things going here. There we go. Okay. It's Bop Zitty Bop. Yeah, he did give us Saturday predictions. These won't count. It's a great way for him to practice. And by him, I mean the rabbi. Come on. Ah. Come on. Okay, something is not going right here because we're not being put. The menu is not coming down. The menu is not coming down. There it goes. Let's try that again. Menu should come down now. And oops, let's try that again. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to do this. There we go. That should do it right there. We have Super Wild Card Weekend, and the rabbi has given us his Saturday picks, which is pretty good. So, while we triumph on that, let's do that. Boom. Okay, so apparently this thing is a little too slow. Come on. Okay, since you're not going to help us, I'll just do this. Boom. That should give us something should happen right now. And it's going slow as ever. Yes, so here we go. Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. Grazie, grazie, grazie. Now, here we are. Here we go. So our rabbi has got the wild card selections for tomorrow and Sunday. Let's get started, of course, with tomorrow's little scourages. And that happens to be the Raiders and Bengals on Fox. The rabbi says the Raiders are going to have a fun time against the Bengals. I wish I could say the score will occupy that. The rabbi is very much into both teams. Thought both teams have an excellent case to advance. But the Raiders have a strong offense. And that is going to torque off the Bengals. Raiders over the Bengals, 27-21. And the other wild card game, Saturday night, 8:15 on CBS. New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. And this is very simple. So says the rabbi. He says, when you're talking Patriots, you're talking the evil genius, Bill Belichick. And he's already got a plan for the Bills. And it's how the Patriots are going to beat them by 20. Patriots 24. By 20. Yeah, Patriots 24. Bills 10. I know that doesn't equal a 20-point win, but hey, a win is a win. And he will join us Saturday for the Sunday game. So that's going to be fun, exciting, and trippy. But there you go. There are the predicted winners for the Saturday wild card games. Sunday's wild card games will be picked on Saturday night, 11:30, when we reconvene with you. For more of this madness we like to call Sports Final. And don't forget, I think we're going to do it on Monday, and then with the soft open, and then next week we should have everything ready for the full big open. That's right, Monday, our sporty balls will be ready to be displayed. Steve's Sporty Balls, featuring the best in sports and more, will be making their debut Monday at 11:35, and we hope you all watch it and give us all a nice, fun little trial of joy and happiness. That's going to wrap it up for us for this beautiful night of nights and beautiful mornings as well. Thanks, everybody, for watching. For those of you on the West Coast, have a nice evening. For those of you on the East Coast, have a nice rest of your early morning fun fiesta. Until then, Steve the Backsman Baxley, good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 11:35 Eastern Time. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the fun folks over at the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Jack, I hope you had fun. We're going to have more fun tomorrow. Good night.